So you need to keep score for your success. You have to measure what you want more of. That's really what it comes down to. Remember when you were growing up and your mum and dad measured you every few months to keep a track of your height on the wall near the pantry door? It was something visible that letting you know where you stood in relation to your past, to your future goal, which was usually to be as tall as your mum and dad. It let you know you were making progress. It encouraged you to eat the right things and drink your milk to keep you growing. Well, successful do the same kind of measurements. They keep score of their existing progress, their positive behaviour, the financial gain, anything they want more of. In the groundbreaking book, The Game of Work by Charles Conyer, says that scorekeeping stimulates us to create more of the positive outcomes we're keeping a track of. It actually reinforces the behaviour that created these outcomes in the first place. I mean, think about it. The natural inclination is to always improve your score. If you were to keep score on 5 things that you'd want to advance in your professional and personal life and objectives, and most, imagine how you could be motivated each time the numbers improved in your favour. And that's really what it comes down to. So measure what you want, not really what you don't want. So try and take the focus off of the negative. We learn early in life that it's valuable to count what is valuable. We count the number of times we skip a rope, the number of jacks we pick up, the number of marbles we collect, the number of base hits we get at Little League, the number of boxes, that we sell when we're selling cookies or whatever it is, tablet, from door to door with the BBs or the Boy Scouts. Batting averages in baseball tell us the number of times we hit the ball, not the percentage of times we didn't. We keep score mostly what is good, but that's what we want more of. Did you ever always want to run a shop when you were younger? You used to love to count the money at the till, and that was keeping score on some sort of level. And that's your positive introduction to managing money. When Mike Walsh at High Performance International wanted to increase his bottom line, he started keeping track not of just the number of enrollments in the company he was getting, but also how many cold calls employees were making, and how many face-to-face appointments they were setting up, and how many of those appointments actually turned into emoluments, in other words, income. As a result of keeping the score, Mike saw a 39% increase in his revenues in just a 6-month period. But use these critical drivers to keep score in your business then. Once you start counting what you want more of in your business, you can start developing the benchmarks that you know will boost revenue, profits, and market share. In every business, there's a checklist of goals and targets that, when reached, surpassed, and improved upon, will continually drive revenue and increase profits. These targets are called critical drivers. A lot of people refer to them as KPIs, key performance indicators. If you're in insurance or banking, for example, your critical drivers might be the number of cross-sales per customer or the number of loans. For the training company, an important critical driver would be the number of opt-ins for your free report. Wherever your critical drivers might be, the key is to inspire, motivate, and empower your team to continually identify, track, and measure these performances to meet those benchmarks. Even being accountable to meeting the critical drivers every week. Once you get to that level of scorekeeping, you will need to rapidly progress what's happening in your business. When Tyler Williams joined a junior baseball league, his father, Rick Williams, co-author of Managing the Obvious, decided to counteract the usual negative focus on youth sports by creating a parent scorecard to keep a track of what Tyler did right, rather than what he did wrong. He tracked 7 contributions his son could make to his team and the success, the points, the rebounds, the assists, the steals, the blocked shots, and so on, and awarded Tyler 1 point for every time he made one of these positive plays. Whereas the statistics kept by the coaches centred chiefly on the points and rebounds, the 2 traditional forms of measurements used in junior basketball. Tyler's dad's scorecard awarded points for virtually everything positively he accomplished during his game. It wasn't long before Tyler was sprinting over during timeouts to check on his contribution for his points. When they reached home after the game, Tyler would hustle down to his bedroom, where he would chart on the wall and plot his progress. With a simple graph Tyler made himself, he could see where he was improving overall. As the session progressed, the line on the graph went steadily upwards. Without a single harsh word from his coach or his dad, Tyler had turned into a better basketball player and enjoyed the progress besides. So remember to keep score at home as well. Of course, scorekeeping isn't for just business and sports and school. It can be applied to your personal life too. In May 2000, in the first issue of Fast Company magazine, the founder and CEO of Sun Microsystems said, "It's great to know how to recharge your batteries, but it's even more important to make sure that you actually do it. I track how many times I get home in time for dinner to have with my family. My assistant reports the exact number to me every single month. I've got 4 kids, ages 7 to 11. Spending time with them is what keeps me going." Your company measures its priorities. People also need to place metrics around their priorities. He spends about 50 hours a week at work and could easily spend 100 hours. So he always makes sure that at the end of it, he gets home to eat with his kids. Then he helps with them with their homework and plays games with them. So his goal is to be home for at least dinner at least 25 nights a month. Having a target is key in that process. I mean, Jack Canfield knows many people in business, and I know many people in business as well, who are lucky if they make it actually 5 nights home a month in time. So he doesn't think that it's any less productive than those people, and neither do I. So decide where you need to keep your score in order to manifest your vision and achieve your actual overall goals. Then post your scores where you and others playing the game can easily see them. And I'll see